Very good morning, my friend. Most welcome in our channel. We are going to start some scientific news and some research related updates. When you got the any infections, there is a type of the immunological activities happen in your body system, primary immunological activity and secondary immunological activity. When you are countered with some first time a virus, bacteria, any infection particle, then you got the primary type of the response of amino actions happens. In this there is a innate immune like cells as nervous cells, yeah, activated B cells are going to activate. There is no antibody present times, so there is a such type of the graph will be showing such reaction against those type of the molecules come from the outside. In these times there is only one antibody, two antibodies are present, IgG, yeah, IgGM. These are either come from the mother cells. So this is the type of the reactions happen when the primary infection happen. In the primary immune infections, here primary action of the antibody antigens against antibody, our body system is started. Antigen come in contact with the immune systems. So during this time, immune system had learned to recognize the antigens, what type of the structure, what type of the there is some molecule that can make antibodies need to forms. How to make the antibody? This is the type of the theory. So many theories are available. So you can go and read in the Googles where you find how these cells can recognize any antigens come from the outside inside body, then body can respond these antigens. There is a specific structures basis, there is some type of the epitopes molecules are present that recognize. There is a protein constructions, proteins arrangements. So antigens antibody reactions is a very specific, very unique to find this type of things. Now in this graph you can see the infection happen, antigen come inside our body system due to presence of the IgGM. It is already come from the mother cells during the baby while inside the fetus. This is IgGMs and the graph will be increased. This is the primary counter attack any antigens, but slowly when the antigen can recognize, IgG started producing, and so you can see primary response. This graph will be that innate response, yeah, presence of these antibodies, but when the secondary response started, IgG is counter very strongly as compared to IgGM, and so other antigens are antibodies are also in that time. So other immunological molecules have developed that can counter this type of the antigens coming from the outside of our body system. So this is type of the immunological actions response during the any infection happen in our body. Here it is showing this after secondary infections, the virus, yeah, antigen coming inside our body systems. Second times, yeah, third times, yeah, fourth time, the persons already exposed same type of the antigens, yeah, virus, yeah, any particles. So they know the structure, anything about that type of molecules. At that time, immunological memory is established already our system, so they can start making and producing any type of antibodies. So you can see in this graph also. You can see in this graph also here secondary infections happens, so your plasma cells and memory cells start producing antibodies against such type of things. At that time there is a IgG is a very prominent as compared to IgGMs. So here you can see the levels of graph also showing the large amount of antibodies present in the secondary infection as compared to primary infection. So let's understand the difference between primary and secondary antibodies response during the infections. Now you can see the difference between primary immune response, secondary immune response. There is a lots of the number of the particular factors that can affect these things. It occurred the result of primary contact of the antigens. It occurred the second or subsequent third fourth action of the antigens here intact antigen. Antibody level reach 7 to 10 days. मतलब infections after 5 to 7 days. Then the third or fourth days after infections. Prolonged period required for the establishment of immunity because number of days required for the immunity. Establishment of immunity very short times. They rapidly decline antibody levels after sometimes if there is no any secondary supplement is not, then the antibody level is down. So the primary response antibody remains high for long time periods. It appears mainly in the lymph nodes and spleens. It occurs all bone marrow and spleens all over the body system. So it's all over about the difference between primary and secondary immune response.